All right, welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of the Gavin McKenna Career Sim. We're here on July 7th, 2026. Gavin McKenna just went first overall. He got drafted to the Jets. Also, if you haven't seen episode 1, that's a spoiler. So, sorry. But you should still go back and watch episode 1. It's good. And then come back and watch this, obviously. And hit that subscribe. And we'll do some more players. Comment down below players that you want to see next time. Give me some ideas. All right, so here we are on August 1st. McKenna has signed his entry-level deal with the Jets, 3 years, $29.25. Let's go take a look here at the structure of that. Obviously, it's just your entry-level deal, 3 years, $975,000 a year. Yeah, I think today we're going to try to get to the end of this entry-level contract probably in this episode. So 3 seasons, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, I'll see you guys at the start of the season, or if anything else comes up, I will keep you guys up to date. All right, so here we are, October 2nd. This is the opening night of the 2026 regular season. Gavin McKenna is still with the Winnipeg Jets. They haven't sent him back down to the WHL yet. I'm hoping he does stay up here for the season. I'm really excited to see, how he does, how the Jets do, and I think we'll check back in a couple months and see how it's going for him. All right, so here we are, December 1st, 2026. Gavin McKenna has played 25 games in the NHL this year so far. He's got 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points, -2, 61 game rating. So, he's probably too good for the WHL, but maybe not good enough really for the NHL at this point. AHL would be probably the best place for him, but obviously he can't go there. Okay, let's go take a look at the NHL standings here, see how it's going, and then maybe we'll finish off by just looking at the Jets quick. So the Jets are first in the Central here, 19 wins, 3 losses, 3 overtime losses, 41 points. Edmonton, top of the Pacific. Ottawa's top of the Atlantic, and Carolina's top of the Metro. So the Jets are doing very, very well. Hellebuyck's playing well. So if we go look at the Jets depth chart, they got Brad Marchand, Michael Bunting, Scheifele, Pinelli, Ehlers. They got Matt Zuccarello, Taylor Hall, J.G. Pajot, obviously Connor Hellebuyck, 928 save percentage. So, yeah, check back in a couple months, see if he's doing any better. And, yeah. February 1st, we're going to check out Gavin here and see how he's doing. So he's up at 3.5 stars, I see. That's good. That's really good. So it looks like he's picked it up a little bit, maybe. 54 games played, 7 goals, 13 assists for 20 points. That's pretty good. Game rating's still 63, so not awesome, but not terrible as well. -2 still. Let's go take a look. I guess we'll just go here. Somehow got here. Okay. So Winnipeg Jets are not leading the Central anymore. Nashville has overtaken them. Edmonton is leading the Pacific. Boston, the Atlantic. And Carolina is leading the Metro. McDavid is leading the league in points with Draisaitl right behind him and Bedard in third. So, yeah. I guess we'll see you at the end of the season here. Unless for some reason Gavin gets traded at the deadline or something, but I doubt that. So, we'll see you at the end of the year. We'll set it up. I believe the Winnipeg Jets should be in the playoffs. We are at the end of the 2026-2027 season. Gavin McKenna's first regular season in the NHL. He played a total of 82 games, so every game. 11 goals, 25 assists for 36 points, 30 PIMs, -1, not bad. 63 game rating. Now, the Winnipeg Jets have made the playoffs here, so The only thing is, looks like Gavin got an injury here on March 31st for 14 days, so he looks like he's probably going to be out for the first playoff series unless he can play through a strained pectoral muscle. I believe it does say that he has a minor injury, so he might be able to play through it. The Jets ended up getting first in the Central with 115 points, 54 wins, 21 losses, 7 overtime losses. Boston won the President's Trophy. Edmonton came second, and Winnipeg came third. Draisaitl put up the most points, 115. Bedard had 114. I don't see McDavid up here. He must have got injured at some point, I would assume. Connor Bedard, 57 goals. Oof. Wow. All right. So, yeah, I will see you guys at the playoffs and see what happens. The Edmonton Oilers are the Stanley Cup champions here. They beat New Jersey Devils. Winnipeg lost in the Western Conference Finals against Edmonton 4-2. They beat Dallas, and then they beat Chicago in the first round. So let's go take a look at Gavin, see how he ended up doing in the playoffs here. So we'll take a look at playoff stats. So Gavin ended up playing 13 games, so not bad. 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points. It's pretty good. +3, so plus player, and a 70 game rating. So he actually had a really good playoffs. So it'd be interesting to see, what he can do over the summer and how he can perform next season. So I think I'll sim to next season, and we'll get that underway. All right, so here we are at the start of the 2027-28 regular season. Gavin is now 19 years old. He did play all 82 games last season, ended up having 36 points, 11 goals, 25 assists. So, we're going to be looking to see this year if he can up that total, maybe get, around that 45, 50 points. So let's take a quick look at the Winnipeg Jets depth chart here. So it looks like we got Adam Pellick, McLeody, still got Connor Hellebuyck, still got Brad Marchand, got Matthew Poitras, Francisco Pinelli, Ehlers. Gavin's now top left wing on the team, so it's good to see. All right, so yeah, I think we'll check back in a couple months and see how the season's going. December 1st, Gavin has played 25 games so far this season. He's got 6 goals, 7 assists for 13 points, -2, and a game rating of 65. So, he's definitely on pace for higher points this year than he was last year. Definitely for more goals. Let's go take a look at the NHL here. Actually, let's go look at the bio here and just make sure. Yeah, nothing new. Let's go check a look at the NHL standings here. So Winnipeg is not doing great right now. 25 games played, 9 wins, 12 losses, 4 overtime losses for second last in the Central. Minnesota is leading the Central. Los Angeles is leading the Pacific. Ottawa is leading the Atlantic. And New York is leading in the Metro. McDavid is leading the league in points with 43. Yeah. So we'll come back in a couple more months here. Hopefully the Jets are doing a little bit better and Gavin is still putting up a good pace. Here to February 1st, Gavin McKenna has played 50 games this year. He's got 13 goals, 16 assists for 29 points. So fairly good. I think he's on pace definitely to pass last year's totals. He's already passed his last year's totals in goals. Definitely down on the PIMS, and he's actually a plus player right now at +2, 65 game rating. So game rating hasn't gone up a ton, but definitely gone up a little bit. So we'll go take a look at the NHL standings here. Winnipeg is actually into a playoff spot now, so they've came out of the bottom of the Central and into third place. Dallas is leading the Central. The LA Kings are leading the Pacific. Ottawa's still in first in the Atlantic, and Washington is first in the Metro. Leon Draisaitl is leading the league in points right now with 83 in 52 games played. That is absolutely insane. Bedard's up to 77, and Matthews got 55. Same with David. So, yeah. We're going to sim to the end of the regular season here. We'll see if the Jets can make the playoffs and take a look at the total number of points for Gavin's second NHL season. 27-28 NHL regular season. Gavin McKenna ended up playing 72 games, totaling 38 points, 15 goals, 23 assists, with a 64 game rating. So 10 less games, but 2 more points. So fairly good. As you can see, the reason why he only played 72 games was because he had a few minor injuries here. Blurred vision for 4 days, bruised kidney for 16, and a mild shoulder strain for 6 days. So there's that. Now looking at the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs here. Winnipeg did make the playoffs in a wild card spot, I believe, and they're going to be playing Dallas here in the first round. So we'll see how that goes for them. All right, so here we are at the end of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Looks like Ottawa won the cup against Dallas 4-2. Winnipeg lost out in the first round here to Dallas 4-2. So we'll go take a look at Gavin here and see how he did in the playoffs. So 6 games played, 1 assist, 1 point, -6. So not really a great playoff for Gavin there, but hopefully next year he can do better if the Jets make the playoffs. So looks like we'll take a look here. Contract. So next year is the last year of Gavin's entry-level deal. So we will be watching to see if he does get re-signed here in Winnipeg. I would assume so. Yeah, drop down comments there what you think his next contract is going to be. And we'll keep simming, and I'll let you know if anything happens. All right, we're back on opening night of the 2028-29 season. Last year, Gavin ended up getting 38 points in 72 games, so we'll be looking for him to step that up this year since it is a contract year. We'll just go take a quick look at the Winnipeg Jets lineup here just to see what kind of players they have. Hasn't really changed too much. Mostly the same as last year. So, yeah, we'll sim a couple more months and see how things are going. We have now simmed up to November 1st. Gavin McKenna is now 4 stars out of 5. And so far this year, he's played 15 games, got 15 points, 6 goals, 9 assists, so right on a point a game. It's very good. 73 game rating, so his game rating's taken a huge jump this year. That's awesome. Nothing new on the bio, and he has not signed a new contract yet, but looking at how well he's doing this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a decent deal. Let's go take a look at the NHL here. So Anaheim's leading the Pacific, Buffalo's leading the Atlantic, Metro's Columbus, Central's Minnesota. Winnipeg Jets are down in 7th place in the Central with a 7-5-3 record. So could be doing better, but it looks like there's a strong Central this year. Bedard's leading the league in points, 25, tied with McDavid. Yeah. So we'll sim up and see you in a couple more months. All right. All right, so here we are, February 1st. We're 51. Well, Gavin's played 51 games so far this season, 40 points, 12 goals, 20 assists for a 72 game rating. So, very good season so far. Let's see his bio here. So, he did get suspended for 3 games on December 25th, right on Christmas. I don't know how that happens, but must have been the game before Christmas. If we go take a look at the standings here, Winnipeg is in 6th in the Central, 27 wins, 19 losses, 8 overtime losses for 62 points. So if Winnipeg was in the Pacific, they would be in third place. So it's Central's very tough this year. Minnesota's leading it. Anaheim's leading the Pacific. Detroit's leading the Atlantic, and Philadelphia's leading the Metro. David's got 99 points already in 55 games. Austin Matthews is 22 points behind him in second. So, yeah, we'll sim to the end of the season here. We'll see if the Jets can improve and make it into the playoffs. But right now, it's not looking like it. All right, so Gavin McKenna's third NHL season has come to an end. He ended up playing 79 games, totaling 19 goals, 48 assists for 67 points, and a 71 game rating. So, very, very good season for Gavin. Now, for the Winnipeg Jets, on the other hand, they unfortunately missed the playoffs. So, the Central was very tough. They had 87 points, and they got 7th in the Central. Minnesota won the Central, Anaheim won the Pacific, Detroit won the Atlantic, and Philadelphia won the Metro. McDavid led the league in points with 144 points, 53 goals, 91 assists. Absolutely crazy. So I'll check in at the end of the playoffs here. Gavin still doesn't have a new contract for next year, but we'll check in at the end of the playoffs, see if Gavin has been signed. If not, that might have to wait till next episode. But yeah, see you guys in a minute. Okay, so the NHL playoffs are all finished here. Minnesota Wild ended up sweeping Pittsburgh in the finals. Now, Gavin still doesn't have a new contract yet, so I think we'll just end this episode here, and we'll start the next episode 3, off with Gavin receiving his new contract. So I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end here. And yeah, we'll see you next episode. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.